There is a certain type of villain that comes before the judge regularly. It always manages somehow to get off. The burglar Julius Roche was just such a villain. He could be identified by a score of witnesses, yet managed to walk away from the court a free man by producing some spectacular alibi. In November 1891, he managed to avoid imprisonment by proclaiming that when 4 witnesses saw him climbing a house in Thanet, he was in fact playing three-quarter for the English rugby team in Dublin. The next June, he was arrested, charged, and spent 14 days awaiting his trial before casually announcing to the judge that at the time of the burglary, he'd been performing scenes from The Barber of Seville on stage in front of an audience of 300 people. But the following April came Roche's masterstroke. There are surely very few suspected criminals who could claim that they had had all charges dismissed against them, because at the time they were said to have committed the murder, they were in fact shaking hands with the Prime Minister. The judge for all these cases had been Justice Fielding, who had held a grudge against this courtroom escape artist, proclaiming in the police news, "Whilst Roche is still free, the good citizens of London are not safe behind their window panes." However, pride comes before a fall. On Easter Saturday, the Duke of Cleveland's home in County Durham was robbed of a cash box containing £7,000. And the next day, Sunday, the Durham police caught Roche in possession of just that amount in the sleepy town of Barnard Castle. This time, Roche's alibi, that he had stayed at a friend's house in London the morning before, was no good. It turned out it was possible for Roche to have made the 260-mile journey north from London to Durham in time to commit the crime if he'd taken the 6-hour train, leaving King's Cross at 5:30 a.m. But then came a twist that not even Roche was expecting. Just that morning, his old adversary, Justice Fielding, had awoken later than his usual habit to see Julius Roche passing by his house. Fielding swears blind that looking at the church clock through his bedroom window, it read 5 minutes to 7. So should we allow Roche to go consequence-free? Or should we advise Justice Fielding to go and get his eyes checked?